Does your dog actually love you, or are they just selfish, transactional creatures that love what you provide for them? Let's dive into it. This post may trigger some dog trainers because there are a lot of dog trainers out there that will tell you, no, your dog doesn't love you. They're only transactional. They love what you provide for them, but that's as far as it goes. The truth of the matter is, yes, they are transactional creatures. Yes, they tend to be selfish and selfishly motivated, but that doesn't mean that they don't love you. Once upon a time, I did believe this, that, they love what you provide for them. But as I kind of dive into the science of this a little bit, I've changed my position, and I honestly never wanted to believe it in the first place. So the reason that I say that our dogs do truly love us, and when I say love, I'm not talking about just sort of like a general love for humanity or what have you. I'm talking about strong social bonding. Of course, dogs bond with us. And I think humans tend to forget that we are also selfish, transactional creatures. We don't socially bond with other humans without us benefiting from that bond in some way, shape, or form. And the science of this tells us that love, even for humans, at the end of the day is really just a chemical reaction. Oxytocin, dopamine, etc. is what helps us develop social bonds with other humans. When a mother has a baby, for example, her body is flooded with oxytocin. Oxytocin is considered the love hormone, and it's honestly the reason that mothers don't kill or abandon their babies, because they have this screaming, crying, pooping, constantly, not sleeping, very, very needy, tiny creature that is completely helpless. And if she didn't really love this child, she'd probably not even care for it. So oxytocin is what keeps our species alive. And at the same time, in order for us to survive as a species, as human beings, we have to rely on each other. So developing social bonds is super important. So that's why oxytocin comes into play there as well. Now, studies have proven that dogs experience oxytocin when they have a strong bond and they're spending time with their owners. So, of course, they love us. So I think the nuance here, though, is that human beings can be more altruistic when we show love for another creature or another human. And what I mean by that is I'll give you an example. So let's say that I have a partner who's really into baseball. They love baseball, they love playing baseball, they love watching baseball, they go to games, they play it with their friends, etc., etc. And I personally couldn't give two flying craps about baseball. Like, I think it's boring, I don't get it, blah, blah, blah. But because I'm with my partner and I have a social bond with them and I want them to feel as though what's important to them is important to me. So I watch baseball with them, I cheer them on at games, and I talk to them about baseball when they want to talk to me about it, right? So I'm being altruistic in how I'm showing affection. And dogs just don't have that capacity. When they show us affection, they're showing it in ways that they also benefit from it. So for an example would be like coming and cuddling with you on the couch and hanging out with you, playing with you, all of those things, they also benefit from that interaction with you. One of my dogs loves to lick me. When we go to bed at night, he wants to just sit there and groom me. Drives me crazy. But for him, that's his way of socially bonding with me. So I allow it to a certain extent. And then when I'm kind of annoyed with it, I tell him to knock it off. And generally speaking, he does. But we both get a little something out of it. I know it's important to him. I allow him to do it to a certain extent. And he gets the benefit of that social bonding with me. The other thing, though, that I think is important for dog owners to understand, and perhaps why so many dog trainers will tell their clients that your dog doesn't love you, it only wants what you give it, is because humans will tend to love their dogs in the wrong ways. And I think some of that comes from they think their dog is going to be upset with them, or they're going to ruin their relationship with them if they don't show their dog love all the time and in every context and whenever the dog seeks it. And that can be problematic. It can create some poor behaviors and things like that. And the reality is that, like, dogs live in the moment and they don't hold grudges. We get asked all the time from owners that, if they're dropping their dog off for a board and train or something like that, they ask, is my dog going to forget me? And is he going to be mad at me for leaving him? Is he going to think that I abandoned him? And the answer is no. I've never, in all the years that I've been doing this with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dogs, I have never ever seen a dog that wasn't happy to see their owner when they came to pick them up. So I could go down the rabbit hole of how giving your dog love and affection and things at the wrong times can create behavioral issues, but suffice it to say that your dog isn't going to be mad at you for setting boundaries. Your dog isn't going to be upset with you and hold a grudge and hate you for the rest of your life because you told them no. Like, that's just not how it works. So you can absolutely ruin a relationship with a dog by not providing clarity, and by, abusing them, things like that. They can absolutely lose trust in you. But telling them no, setting boundaries, and giving them appropriately timed love and affection and play and so on and so forth is super beneficial. You're not going to ruin your relationship by saying, not right now. Not right now. No, you can't do that. All you're doing is giving them, as long as you're consistent, all you're doing is giving them clarity, just like you would with a human that you love, right? We all, like, if you don't have boundaries with people you love, you are just going to be taken advantage of. And eventually that relationship can get ruined if neither of you set healthy boundaries with each other. So it's important to understand that, yes, your dog loves you. And yes, you can do things for your dog that they love doing with you, but just be mindful of whether it's contributing to any behavioral issues or things like that. If you have any questions about that, feel free to contact a trainer, and they can help give you, good guidance on how to utilize those social bonds in a positive way rather than allowing it to kind of dive into a boundaryless shit show, if you will, in your home. So what do you guys think? Are dogs just selfish creatures that love us for what we give them, or do they love us because they just love us? Drop some ideas in the comments below and hit that follow button.